With Drake renting out an entire nightclub so he can sit alone and gamble, a woman being fired from Alaska Airlines for twerking on an empty flight, and a Kendrick stirring the pot when it comes to the Blake Lively controversy, and footage emerging of MrBeast crashing a Formula E car, alongside KSI having a wholesome moment during the most recent Sidemen charity match. There is a lot that's gone on over the weekend, so let's all break it down. First thing that we're going to be talking about is Drake. Now, Drake, of course, has made headlines over the past year, especially with his controversial beef with other rapper Kendrick Lamar. Now, Kendrick Lamar has obviously been absolutely everywhere, especially with Not Like Us, the Super Bowl halftime performance, the Grammys win, and also just getting absolutely roasted, right? And getting now sued by Drake for, you know, basically damage of person and defamation. It's become an absolute whirlwind, but it's not hindered Drake's career that much, as he has been seen, or it's been posted from the nightclub owner, that Drake on a Tuesday night hired out the entirety of a nightclub just so he could sit in the nightclub completely alone, gambling on stake on a massive screen while sat on a couch just listening to Sabrina Carpenter. Many have speculated that this is because Kendrick Lamar's diss has hit him way too hard and the guy is in the midst of a crash out, or he's just got way too much money than he knows what to do with. I'm going with the latter, but what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. We're going to move into our next story, which is a woman getting fired from her dream job of being an air stewardess for twerking and having a viral video go, well, viral, of her twerking on an empty plane.
Nell Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
Now, Nell Diallo got fired from her dream job of being an air stewardess after a video of her twerking and dancing on an empty plane went mega viral. With a caption that read, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" The video absolutely blew up, amassing hundreds of thousands of views, even catching the attention of someone that she didn't want it to, which was her employer, Alaska Airlines, who swiftly took action against her and fired her. Now, it has come out recently, or she's gone on live television recently, to state that this is completely unfair and she wasn't actually doing any harm.
She's the flight attendant whose twerking cost her her dream job.
I didn't think that, you know, being so happy can turn into something like this.
Nell Diallo was having a great time dancing and twerking in the aisle on an empty plane before an early morning flight.
I decided to just take advantage of the moment to wake myself up and kind of get myself like hyped up for my day, basically.
She posted the video on TikTok along with the caption, "What's wrong with a little twerk before work?" But after the video went viral, she says Alaska Airlines fired her. What did they say to you?
They just said that I broke their social media policy.
Nell had only been on the job for 6 months. She says she was twerking to celebrate the end of her probationary period. Why did you decide to post the video?
And I was really proud of myself that I came so far. I just didn't think that my video and my post and the way I was dancing would be deemed as inappropriate.
So how did you feel in that meeting when they told you you lost your job?
I put on such a proud face every time I stepped on that plane, and for them to terminate me without giving me a chance, it just was unfair.
But for many, this is not good enough, and they are stating that if she's wearing the uniform, then she is representing the company, and this is no way to represent a company. But many are stating, well, What's the harm that she's done? If anything, she's brought some free publicity to Alaska Airlines. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. We're going to move into our next story, which is Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. So Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively have co-starred in an upcoming movie, Another Simple Favor. And they have been doing some premieres across the US recently, and the most recent one was in Texas. And it has got the internet... Well, it's got the internet buzzing after Anna Kendrick made some very interesting comments when questioned about Blake Lively's recent controversies. With one reporter asking Anna Kendrick, what's it like working with Blake Lively, Anna Kendrick had this to say.
Anna, what does it mean to be working with Blake again?
Oh, yeah. Talking about you all day.
Oh my god, I'm gonna take it.
Come on! Get it in selfie mode! Be prepared! Can I get a photo? Of course, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're so beautiful.
Oh, it's video and it's facing the wrong way.
Now that seems like a bit of a cold response, but then later on the red carpet, she was being interviewed by another reporter who asked her about whether the controversies surrounding Blake Lively have impacted the movie at all or impacted their work-life relationship, to which Anna Kendrick kind of flip-flopped and had this to state.
So now the other thing I want to ask you, how do you feel like how does it feel like the movie's being impacted kind of by everything happening around going on in the world?
Why, what happened? I did ayahuasca and the last year of my life is just gone, but I've heard the movie's amazing.
Wait, thank you.
Now, of course, this is all very, very interesting, and we don't really seem to have a definitive location on where Anna Kendrick stands, but you know, clearly she's trying to stay quite diplomatic, but her first comments may have been a Freudian slip too many, and to some it's just people reading, you know, far too literally. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. We're going to move into our next story, which is footage of MrBeast's Formula E crash going viral. So it was reported that MrBeast had taken part in a publicity stunt recently to join the Formula E in a Miami circuit. Now, he was obviously there to try and help promote it all. He's obviously one of the biggest names, not just on YouTube, but in the world right now. And it was obviously something huge. But then there were rumors that MrBeast had allegedly crashed his Formula E car. Fortunately, no one was harmed during these reports, but it was just rumors to begin with. And apparently, it caused him to have to leave the event. But then a few days later, the footage of MrBeast actually crashing the Formula E car has since gone viral. Now, like I state, no one was injured during this, and fortunately no one was injured, and it seems like a minor bump as opposed to a full-blown crash. But, of course, the internet absolutely loves to stir the pot, people stating that, you know, obviously he's just hit way too much throttle on the turn, which has caused him to spin out. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. We're going to move into our final story, which is to do with the Sidemen football charity match that took place at Wembley over the weekend. Now, of course, this was absolutely enormous. And I absolutely, you love to see it, don't you? It was a charity match. The Sidemen have been running this for years now, but this was by far their biggest one in front of Wembley. And at Wembley, they sold out 90,000 seats within the first couple of hours of the tickets going on sale. It was absolutely huge. And with an enormous lineup of YouTubers, including, of course, you know, the entirety of the Sidemen, MrBeast, Sketch, XQC, Max Fosh, amongst iShowSpeed, amongst many, many other huge streamers and YouTubers, the event was a smash hit. And the fans even got to see KSI perform Thick of It at halftime. I'm sure that was an absolute treat. But the clip that's been going viral recently after the Sidemen raised over £4.7 million with an M for charity, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way, is KSI having a wholesome moment on the pitch around, you know, like after the game ended, where he's just taking it all in, he's soaking it all in, he's looking around the stadium just absolutely in awe of what they've been able to achieve.
Crazy. This many people. Bloody hell. Look at what we've done, man. Bro. This is ridiculous.
Now this clip just gives me chills every time I see it. It is phenomenal. To think that these guys were just in their rooms creating videos to then selling out an entire Wembley Stadium, performing live and playing a charity football match, all in the name of charity, is absolutely phenomenal. Like, even the Sidemen's biggest haters had to take their hats off to this, and it was fantastic. It was just pure entertainment from start to finish. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on all of this down in the comments below. While you're down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.